Hey, what's going on, guys? Footyholics FC here. We're back for another Middlesbrough episode, and today's episode is going to be number 13. So the first thing we look at is Ethan Morris. He looks like a pretty good youth player that's come through the scouting network, and hopefully he can manage to grow a lot in the youth system and become one of the first team players. So following that, we have a quick look at the squad report. As you saw there, Jedvaj went up by 4 points, and he's only one away from being at 80 now. Lico went up by 3. Carter Vickers went up by 8. Crystal Gonzalez has gone up by 5. So we had a lot of growth recently and throughout the season. And we're doing pretty good on that front. And it looks like the team is finally starting to come together. All we need now is some results to make the difference. As you see here, this is our youth academy. We got some good players coming up through. Most of them have a potential of high 80s, early 90s. So that's pretty good. And as you see here, there's a bit of a glitch, and Salif Sane is wearing the away kit pants and the home kit shirt, but I thought that was pretty funny. But anyhow, the first game of the episode today is against Stoke City, and they're a pretty decent team, but we kind of hope that we can get a result. As we all know, this season hasn't really been the best for results for us, but we can hopefully get a result in this one and start climbing up the table where I personally feel that we should be. Now, for this one, I put out Max Cornet up front with Saido Barahino right behind and with Victor Fisher and Akudo on the flanks to try and get some attacking prowess going and try and get us some goals. And first things first is Max Cornet, who's starting up top for the first time, I think, this season. Normally comes on as a sub in the Premier League, but he makes a good effort at goal after he dribbles through some of the Stoke defence, and unfortunately it was saved by their goalkeeper. Next off, he takes the ball up, passes it out wide to Barahino, who cuts inside eventually, but when he has his shot, unfortunately nothing comes of it because the goalkeeper palms it away and sends Stoke out on the attack, but nothing comes of their attack that time around. In this one, Shaqiri is running down the line and he passes the ball in towards their midfielder, who passes it back across the Aflai. When the ball comes in, Jedvaj tries to clear it and Valdez absolutely cleans them up, but Jedvaj is happy that he dealt with it, but I think he would have had it covered anyway. Valdez goes on a little adventure there out of his box, but fortunately nothing came of that one. And that's where the half would end. So not a very interesting half. Only 2 shots for Stoke and one of them, 1 shot for us. They've got more possession, which, as last episode, I think the first game, I was a little bit surprised at, because normally we're pretty good at keeping possession. But we just have to try and get some more shots in and maybe try and score some goals, because we definitely need those, as we're one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, as we all well know by now, and we need to change that. As you see there, Jedvaj does some good work stealing the ball away and sets us away on a counter. When this one, Aflai tricks Bernardo Espinosa and just runs straight through on goal and passes the ball easily into the back of the net. And unfortunately, there was nothing Valdez could do about that one, as he goes over and celebrates with all the fans. And that's not looking good for us, as it's now coming on to the 60th minute, and we really haven't had too many attacking options really this game. So it's not really good news for us. As you see, I changed it there to attacking, if you notice, in the left hand corner, because we really need to get something from this game. And in this one, Max Cornet had a good chance to go through on goal, but right here he was blocked off by their defender, Cameron. I forget what his first name is. Jeff Cameron, there we go. He's blocked off by Cameron, and he was through on goal there, so it was a little bit unlucky for us, although some would say that the Stoke defender made a good foul. But unfortunately, Victor Fisher could not convert the free kick into a goal, and therefore nothing came of that. In this attack now, Nkudu is running across, and he passes the ball into Insue, and when he has his shot, I thought that was in because it hit the advertising boards and bounced back against the net. And as you look here, it was actually really close, but the spin on the ball just took it just wide of the post, and unfortunately nothing comes of that one either. You see here, Jedvaj has a header, but it needs to be saved by their goalkeeper. And when Espinosa has a shot, it's well over the bar, which is really what you would expect from a central defensive player. But anyhow, we had another chance here with Victor Fisher, probably our best chance of the game, and he's just blasted it wide, unfortunately. And that is not looking good for us as it goes into the 90th minute. And Max Cornet has one last shot, which is saved by their goalkeeper, who seemed to be quite on fire in this second half. And unfortunately, that meant that even though we had 7 shots, 3 of them on target, to their 3 shots all on target, we unfortunately lost the match. And I really can't complain too bad about that one, because we came back in the second half and we absolutely dominated, and we had 1 shot in the first half. We had 6 more shots, and their keeper made some really good saves. So we have to be happy with that one in the end, although it's unfortunate that we lost. And that meant that we were down to 12th now. And if you look here, Jack Wilshere, he's got 9 goals, the most goals in the league. What a load of rubbish. And behind him is Simone Zaza, who's really not playing that good in real life. But Wilshere at the top, that's bare foolishness. But anyhow, this game is something else, as we full well know. Anyhow, for this game, we play with Negredo up top, with Crystal Gonzalez having a chance again to prove his worth for the club. And they've got this young goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, who's making a name for himself in real life. And he's probably going to try and do that in this game against us here in FIFA 17. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But hopefully we'll be able to win this one and start climbing up the table, as I say every single episode. But anyway, the first attack of the game comes from Martin de Roon, who cuts inside, and when he tries to cross the ball in, it's headed out by their defender, and it comes straight back to him. He does a little trickery to get around his man, and he runs inside, but when he has the shot, well, he passed the ball in, and when Crystal Gonzalez has the shot, actually, Pickford is there to block the ball from going in, and as you're about to see, that's just a start of all of the saves he's about to make in this match. It actually becomes ridiculous at some point. So he makes another save there against Adama, which is a fairly routine save, you would say, at the near post. But a save is a save, really, because that could have bounced off and gone in. And that gives us another free kick. And when Fabio then crosses the ball in, it's headed towards him, and Pickford makes a point-blank reflex save, and he stops the ball from going in the net. And I was really shocked at that one. I thought for sure that was going in. But we're hammering down on Sunderland now as Adama runs down the wing, cross the ball in, and Pickford again with a crazy save from our header. I mean, I don't know how he's doing this. What a crazy save that was. It was pure reflexes, and he's really been their man of the match, and it's only the 17th minute, so that's not looking good for Sunderland, but it looks good for us. All we need now is to convert into a goal. That's another save from Jordan Pickford when Negredo has the shot from outside the box, and we really need to convert one of these, because this is going to come back and bite us in the ass if we don't be very careful about this. As about to happen, Jermaine Defoe receives the ball in the box, spins and has a shot, and look at that. How unlucky are we? His first, I think Sunderland's first shot of the game, and it's gone straight in because of Defoe. To be fair, he's one of the top scorers in the league. I think he was third, as we saw in the beginning there. But that meant that at halftime, although we had 5 shots, all of them on target, with 55% possession to Sunderland's 1 shot, they're winning 1-0. Story of the season for us, really. And it's going to take a lot for the lowest scoring team in the league to come back from this one, from 2-1 down. But that's just about what we're going to try and do. When Martin de Roon picks the ball up and has a shot, and finally, Jordan Pickford is beaten, and the ball goes straight past him into the outside of the post, or the far post, I meant to say. Because as we know in this game, near post OP is no longer, and it's all about shooting across the goalkeeper. As you see, Valdez makes a good save there. Yeah, to score in this game, you have to shoot across the goalkeeper. That's the best way to score, and the near post does not work as well as it used to. As we hear, Valdez had to make another great save. Unfortunately for us, their player who was following up on that was offside. Well, no, Defoe was offside actually. But either way, fortunately for us, it was offside, because they would have taken the lead again. But as you see here, Connor Wickham picks the ball up and tries to have a shot on goal, but Pickford is there. When he throws the ball out, he eventually gets it clear, and nothing comes from that one. You see Carter Vickers here is pushing up in this one. He receives the ball back, but it doesn't quite get to him, basically, and de Roon picks it up, and when it comes through to Lico, across the goalkeeper again, and that is almost an identical goal to Martin de Roon's goal in the first half of the second half, if you want to put it that way, and it's gone straight across Pickford into the bar, and Jonathan Lico, who came on as a sub, has managed to rescue us the points in this one, and really we are happy about that, because that's only his second goal in the league, but he's a young 17-year-old kid, and he's come on and he's saved our ass, really. So we have to be really happy with that one. And we eventually held out for the win for what is a great comeback because Southampton, Sunderland are quite lower in the team. As you see here, we have 8 shots, 6 of them on target. And as I was saying last game, more possession than other players. But either way, the room picks up man of the match there. And we have to be happy about that one because now that means that we've climbed the table from 12th to 11th this episode. And we're going to hopefully keep going up. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you let me know in the comments below and subscribe if you want to see more. Now, I'm going to put a link here of the next 2 videos on the left-hand side of the screen and a link for the channel here. So if you enjoyed, please let me know and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!